Angel, I've always wanted to ask you this one question. I don't even know how to ask you it, but there was an interview years ago, man, when I was just a fan. I wasn't even doing the media thing, and I remember you saying something to the effect of like, when your kids needed milk or something like that for cereal, you know, you had to go out and do what you had to.
Do what I do.
Without you getting into anything crazy, I mean, what do you mean by that statement? And looking back from those times, you know, maybe when Danny was a little kid to now, like, do you ever look back at that and say, damn, you know?
I look back a lot of times.
Like, I could have risked it. I could have.
No, I say to myself, how did why I'm even here? Like, sometimes I look back and say, why even, like, I did some crazy shit in my life, bro. My kids had to eat, brother. I had to do what I had to do.
And that was still when Danny was...
never hurt nobody. I never killed nobody, none of that shit. Because I wouldn't have been here. I would have been in jail.
Right.
But I did shit. Listen, I had to do what I had to do. And if I had to go take something, I took it. And I took it by myself. And that's the scary thing about me, that I know myself. That's why I own no guns. I don't have no guns and none of that shit.
And you live in PA.
I'm a dangerous man. Yeah, and I live in one of the greatest states that they permit you to have guns.
Wow.
Because without guns, America wouldn't have been built. So if they take your gun, they take your right. And then this country become a dictator country. So don't vote for take your guns. See, New York, you get caught with a gun here, you're going to jail for a long time.
3 years.
You can't even walk with a gun, even if it's legit.
Nope.
No, because I'm telling them the laws. Like, if America was built under guns. That's how the laws were built in America. That's our rights. If they take our gun, we become a dictator country. Then the government runs all these things. Then they tell you what the fuck to do, because you can't fight back.
Before it's all...
But going back to the question, but I look back now and I say, damn, thank God that Danny listened to me. I wasn't a bad dad now, because I taught my kids to be good persons. Because none of my kids do drugs, so I'm proud of that. And I was born in the hood. I raised them in the hood. Like, when you went outside, it was drugs in front of your house. So it's hard to raise your children in the hood, and nobody ever did drugs. That's great. But then, then I started, grinding, working hard. I did everything. I sold water ice. I built water ice trucks. I worked in factories. I did it all. I grind hard.
And do you get to, at this point, do you get to enjoy the fruits of that labor now, or are you still
I still gotta
focused in on
focus, because Danny owns a lot of properties and stuff, so I like manage his stuff. I make sure everything is right, because people always out to get you, brother. And I make sure that we stay focused, because we're not just thinking about us, we're thinking about our future, of our great grandkids, Danny's kids. So that's what you gotta look at. You could be wealthy in this age, and then your kids are broke in the ghetto.
Right. Well, Danny's got a lot of life to live after this.
That's why you have to invest in a smart way. And a lot of fighters don't do that. And Danny has a lot of real estate. He's invested in the stock market in a smart way. Not with just anybody. He's invested with big banks. So, he makes great money on that. So we're looking at the future, because a lot of these fighters are making a lot of money, and you got a lot of people in your pocket, and if you're not smart, they're going to take that shit, and they're going to take it with a smile on their face.
Yeah, we've seen that happen time and time before. They're going to take it with a smile with no mercy. And smile in your face, and then say, oh, I'm sorry. And then your kids in the hood again. So you got to look at the generation. You live good, well, your kids live good. And you also got to think like this. Let's say you're good, you're a smart person, but your kids don't want to do what you did to keep the money floating. They want to do some other shit. So you worked hard because nobody want to take over. Are these?
Love you too. All right, Mark. You on the plane now?
Yes, sir. Are these
now? Like now? To the airport. Okay. I see y'all. You coming back down? All right. Have a good flight.
Are these next few fights coming up, are those the ones that are going to take care of Danny's kids? Are these the generational?
The thing is, Danny's good now. But what I'm saying is that you want to take, not advantage, but if you good at something, you don't want to wait when you're in the top to quit and then try to come back. Because a lot of people do that. It's like Floyd. Floyd made a lot of money. A lot of fucking money. But why would he come back now at 41? When he could have did it 2 years ago, and that all, no more.
Right.
Like, it don't make sense. Now you got all these other kids looking at the spotlight. You got the Walter on top of the food chain. You know, the spotlight on these guys. Why would he want to come back now? If Floyd gets in the ring, he'd be 42 years old, right? Ain't he 41 now?
41, yeah.
He'd be 42. Not that I'm saying he's old.
Oh, he might be 42 as a matter of fact. Pacquiao just turned 41.
When he was in top of the food chain.
Yeah.
He's still at the top of the food chain, don't get me wrong.
In terms of money?
Come back. If he come back, he'd give anybody a payday.
Right.
Shit. He made McGregor 70 million. So they say 70 million for a pro debut.
Not half bad.
Shit, that's not bad. That's great. Shit. But the point to that is that if you look at it boxing world, then it's kind of disrespectful for the boxing world.
Right.
Because you have people in line that could have made that. They've been all their life in this shit. Then you gave it to the other people. The other people, I know McGregor was a big name, but you just gave this guy $70 million for a pro debut.
For what people thought was like an exhibition fight.
And then you gave these guys no opportunity to make them rich, and they've been all their life in this.
Right. What's the one thing, if you had to put one thing that before it's all said and done with Danny's career that you want to see him accomplish?
Well, I just want Danny to be okay up here, think straight, still have that good look in his face, and wealthy, and I'm happy. Listen, he was already champion. The Junior, Walter. If we become champions again, it's okay. If not, it's okay too, because like, I'm not trying to bash politics, but bells don't pay bills.
They collect dust.
Yeah, they don't pay bills.
Angel.
But the young kids, why you think they're making all these young boys champions? Just giving them belts. Because they're young.
Right.
So they make them seem like buckles. Money.
Angel, thanks a lot, man.